Hello kids, hope you all are fit and fine and are enjoying our online sessions. I hope you all enjoyed our English class. Now today we are going to revise all the things which we have learned in lesson number 1, our useful plants. Let's revise. Lesson number 1, our useful plants. This is an informative story on the importance of plants. The story teaches the fact that only plants and trees make their own food from air, water and sunlight. Living things depend on plants directly or indirectly for food. The story also introduces the child to different foods eaten by animals. Okay children, now let's start with the lesson. Do you all remember who is the speaker of the lesson? Yes, very good. The speaker of the lesson is a little girl. Do you all remember we named her Tina? Yes. There are how many members in her family? 4. There are 4 members in her family. Mother, father, little brother Tommy and herself. Do you all remember? Where did she go with her little brother Tommy? Yes, very good. She went to the zoo where she saw that all the animals were looking outside of their windows. Isn't it, children? Now, she starts thinking something. Isn't it, children? Yes. She starts thinking, what do I see from my window? She realizes that she sees lots of things as well as trees. Yes, very true. You all also see lots of things as well as trees from your window, isn't it? Okay, now as we grow big, so do plants and animals. Very true, isn't it, children? All living things grow. And so does Tommy, the tiger, the leopard, the cow and their kith and kin. Kith and kin means friends and relatives. I hope you all remember this. We need food to grow. So, we must eat properly. Yes, very true. Isn't it, children? We need food to grow. Food is the most essential thing that we need to grow. So, we must eat properly. That's why when the girl refuses to eat, her mother says, if you don't eat, you won't grow. Very true. All living things eat to live and grow. Okay, children. Do you all know of all the inhabitants of the earth who make their own food? Yes, very good. Of all the inhabitants of the earth, only plants and trees make their own food. Very true, isn't it? Plants prepare their food with the help of air, water and sunlight, isn't it? Now, do you all remember who prepares food for the plants and where do they prepare? Let's check. Leaves are known as the kitchen of the plants. Isn't that true? Yes. The more the leaves, the more food they make. The bigger the tree, the more it needs to eat. More leaves, more hands to prepare food. Isn't it, children? Do you all remember? Okay, children. Do you all remember? We eat the food which plants prepare for themselves. There are also some plants who store their food underground. let's check how. The food that the eggplant, ladyfinger and marrow make for themselves, that's the vegetable we eat. Very true. Some plants grow underground. They store their food underground. For example, carrots, potatoes and peanuts. We pluck them out to eat, and so do animals. Now, all living things depend on plants directly or indirectly for their food. Isn't it, children? Yes. How? Let's check. Deer cannot live without plants and trees. And if there were no deer, then leopards and tigers would also not survive. Yes, now that's the food chain. Do you all know what is food chain? Let's discuss. A food chain is a chain of events in nature in which one organism eats another. Now what do we mean by the word organism? An organism is any living thing such as plant, animals or bacteria, and is then eaten by another in turn. So if there are no plants, then no deer and no leopards. Isn't it, children? I hope you all have understood it well. Okay, children. This story carries a message. What's that? Let's check. Plants play a very important role in our life. Very true. Isn't it, children? Yes. All living things depend on plants directly or indirectly for their food. Directly means deer cannot live without plants and trees. Indirectly means leopards eat deer. Isn't it, children? So, no plants, no deer, no leopards. So, living things need plants to live. They eat them and live in them. Plants give life to the world's wildlife. Isn't it, children? So, let's promise something today. We will save trees and our environment. We will not pluck leaves. We will not waste food. Okay, children. I hope you all have understood the story well. Now let's read new words and their meanings. Kith and kin, friends and relatives. Patch, a small piece of land where vegetables and fruits are grown. Next, nibble, to take small bites of something. Goats nibble. Next, gobble, to eat something very fast, almost without chewing. Elephants gobble. Now next is stuff. Here, stuff means a green material found in leaves, used by plants to make food. The green material is called chlorophyll, and the process of making food by the plants is called photosynthesis. Yes, I hope you all remember this. Now the next is eggplant, brinjal. Marrow, a long and thick vegetable with dark green skin and white flesh. For example, cucumber. I hope you all remember this. I have given you the pictures to understand it well. Okay, children. I hope you all have understood new words and their meanings well. Now, let's revise grammar. Nouns. countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns. We can count them. For example, cat, woman, pencil, child. Isn't it, children? Now, uncountable nouns. We cannot count them. For example, milk, water, sugar. Isn't it, children? Now, countable nouns have a plural form. For example, cat, cats. Woman, women. Uncountable nouns have no plural forms. Now, countable nouns can have a or an or a number before them. For example, I have a cat. Uncountable nouns usually cannot have a or an or a number before them. For example, they like rice. Okay, children, I hope you all have understood countable and uncountable nouns well. Okay, everyone. Now we will discuss nouns using some, any, many and much. I hope you all remember this. Yes. So let's read. The words any, some, many and much are used to talk about the amount or a specific number of things or objects. Many and much are to express that there is a large quantity of something. For example, many stars, many children. Isn't it, everyone? Now, example for much. They don't have much money to buy a present. Any and some can be used for plural countable nouns and uncountable nouns. For example, any time, any ice cream, some milk, some water, some sugar. Okay, children. Now let us read some more examples of any and some. Number 1. Do you have any ice cream left for me? Second. Can I have some sugar, please? Third. You have some butter on your chin. Okay, children. I hope you all have understood the grammar part well. Okay, children. So we end our today's session over here. I hope you all have revised well. Do complete the given worksheets. Spend quality time with your family. Keep yourself quarantined and safe from corona. And do not forget to follow the rules of social distancing. Meet you all in the next session. Till then, bye everyone.